Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a battle that's being fought on two major fronts. One is for the privacy of your actual minds. The other, it's about securing your digital self from the supercomputers of tomorrow. So yeah, let's get right into it. This comes from Santiago Ramon y Cajal, who's basically the father of modern neuroscience. And it's this beautiful, powerful ode to human will. The idea that we can shape who we are. It's super optimistic, right? This idea that you create your own self. That really beautiful idea, well, it's slamming head-on into our modern reality. Because that same brain Cajal so carefully mapped out with ink and a whole lot of patience, it's being mapped all over again. Only this time, it's with sensors and algorithms. And the goal isn't just to understand life, it's to influence what you do. We're stepping into what people are calling the neural economy. Think about that. A world where the actual electrical sparks in your brain become the hottest new asset for surveillance capitalism. Your thoughts, your feelings, your attention, it's all becoming a product on the market. And look, this isn't some sci-fi, far-off future stuff. Check out this number, $19.84 billion. That's the projected size of the neurotech market for 2026. We're talking about a massive, booming consumer market that has gone way beyond just medicine. So you're probably wondering, how are they even doing this? Well, it's consumer devices. Think headbands and smart earbuds. They're packed with sensors collecting this super intimate data. You've got EEG, which measures your brainwaves to figure out if you're focused or chilling out. And then there's PPG, which tracks your heart rate to guess your emotional state, like if you're feeling anxious. And honestly, it's getting scarily accurate. Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. This threat to our inner world, it's actually colliding with another, even bigger storm on the horizon. It's basically creating a war for our privacy, and it's being fought on two separate fronts. So front number one is the Neurotech Threat. That's all about decoding the mind, and it's happening right now with all these new devices. Front number two, that's the quantum threat, and this one is about breaking the locks. We're talking about future quantum computers that will be able to just shatter all of today's encryption. That makes every single piece of data we create totally vulnerable. And this is the really scary part. The quantum threat isn't just about the future. It's a threat that can reach back in time. A powerful quantum computer could decrypt data that's being collected and stored today. So all that neural data we think is locked up and safe? Nope, it's basically a sitting duck, just waiting to be cracked open later. So what do we do? How do we fight back against this? Well, the first line of defense is a legal one. It's a fight for neuro-rights. A whole new category of human rights is being created just to protect that final frontier of privacy. What's inside your own head? And this isn't just talk, it's actually happening. Take the Girardi versus Emotive case in Chile back in 2023. It was a landmark ruling. A company, Emotive, was basically holding a user's brain data hostage behind a paywall. The Supreme Court stepped in and said, no way. They ordered the data deleted and declared that neural data isn't just personal data. It's literally an extension of your nervous system. And that one case in Chile, it lit a fire. Suddenly, in 2024, you see states like Colorado and California passing their own laws to protect neural data. Then in 2025, the US passes the Federal Mind Act. You can see the legal world is in a mad dash to try and get ahead of this technology. Okay, so what are these neural rights we're talking about? The whole movement is really built on 5 core ideas. First, mental privacy, the right to keep your thoughts private. Second, personal identity, protecting yourself from being changed by outside forces. Third, free will, the right to make your own choices without being manipulated. Fourth is fair access, so we don't end up with a world of the cognitively enhanced and everyone else. And finally, protection from bias in the algorithms that use all this data. But here's the thing. Laws are great, but they're not going to be enough, especially not against the quantum threat. So alongside the legal shield, we need a technical shield. And that's where this idea of an unbreakable digital passport comes in. It's a whole new way of thinking about our digital identity. So what is this quantum-proof digital passport? Think of it like this. It's a next-generation ID for the internet, but it's been built from the ground up with one goal in mind, to be completely secure even against the most powerful computers we can imagine. And the best part? It puts you back in control. So how does it work its magic? It's basically a cocktail of 3 amazing technologies. First up, you have post-quantum cryptography. This is just a fancy way of saying it uses new kinds of math problems that even a quantum computer would get a headache trying to solve. Second, decentralized identifiers, or DIDs. This just means your ID is yours. It's not owned by some company or government. And third, you've got this mind-bending, privacy-enhancing tech. Things like zero-knowledge proofs, which let you prove something, like that you're old enough to buy a drink, without ever actually showing anyone your birthday. Pretty cool, right? And the difference here is just night and day. Look at our IDs today. They're built on old tech that's basically a ticking time bomb for quantum computers. And who's in control? Big, centralized companies. The new quantum-proof passport flips that entirely. The tech is secure against quantum, and the person in control, that's you, the user. So let's bring this all together. We're at this absolutely critical moment in history. We have to figure out how to secure the very essence of who we are, ourself, as technology changes at a dizzying speed. And if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that there's no silver bullet. Protecting our future freedom requires fighting that two-front war we talked about. We need new rights written into our laws, and we need new, unbreakable technology built into our code. It has to be both. And that brings us right back to the beginning, to Santiago Ramon and Cajal. He showed us that our brain, our nervous system, that's the physical place where our freedom and our individuality live. This whole fight for neuro-rights and for a quantum-proof identity, it's just the 21st century version of that exact same battle. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Our minds are turning into data streams. They're no longer just something to be studied, they're something to be collected. The biggest question for all of us is, how are we going to defend the freedom that lives inside?